Hi all. My tea kettle breweth over. So I'm serving tea. That's it. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk about a little experience that I had today, or rather yesterday, at the doctor's. Now, I'll say it was shade. Not, I guess you really couldn't call it shade. You could call it an interest of the doctor and his assistant. And it was funny how it happened because it was just funny because I had called his assistant a few times and spoke to him, and I had the feeling he may have been gay, but he wasn't he wasn't flamboyant gay man. He had a beard, mustache, clean cut guy. I guess he had to be in the medical to be in the medical profession, an assistant to a doctor. So he was very clean cut, quite handsome, Caucasian man. But I assumed he was gay because when I had called recently a few times, I could speak to his assistant and he'd have all the information that the doctor gave him. Like I told you, I had, my shoulder had been giving me problems. And when you're transgender, you have to have checkup on your breast and things. So I had a little scare. I didn't get too upset because I was assured, stay calm. It was just a suspect thing, my breast. And yeah, when you're transgender and you have breast, you also have to have mammograms. So that's what it was. And I don't know why I'm being so secretive about it, but that's what it was. It was a mammogram, and it was a suspect. So it was frightening for a little while. And I got the all clear today. So I'm happy for that. God is so good. Yeah. And I was worried, but I kept it together because I said, well, darling, Natasha, if it's anything else, you just be ready to fight, girl. What can you do? But my boobies came back fine. I still want to get them bigger. But anyway, it all came back fine. But prior to that, they would take blood tests and stuff like that. So it took about a couple of months. So it was in the back of my mind, but it was nothing to worry about because it was no information. They were taking blood, blah, blah, blah. I had to go do blood tests and stuff. So, and CAT scans and PET scans, all that stuff. And so anybody in the medical field know that the results of blood tests and all that come back slowly. Each test they take, it seems like it takes an eternity. But that's not what it is. It's funny, the shade. And it wasn't bad shade, but it was kind of cute shade. And I wanted to share it because I think that some of the transgender women can identify. And I wanted to share with the cisgender women, meaning born biological. That's what a cisgender woman is. So the cisgender woman can identify. Also, the trans woman having a mammogram. So, like I said, this was the final day, yesterday. All my answers would be cleared. All my answers, questions, anxiety would be cleared. Well, would be revealed, rather. And so it revealed that it was nothing. It was just something they saw, and they thought it was cancerous, so they wanted to check it out. And I got the all clear. And you don't know how happy I was. I was elated, but I was just laughing, thinking about the little shade that us women go through, transgender women go through. And like I said, when I have a chance to educate people or tell you about an experience as a trans woman, I jump at it. So after seeing the doctor, like I said, I had been talking to his assistant on the phone, and he sounded gay to me. So, sometimes you can tell those things over the phone. And so finally, I never saw him, but I think I did because when I was signing out, they want me to come back to see one final time. So I had to make a appointment to see the doctor. He wanted to make sure. So in 3 months, I have to go back for one final checkup and they just like to do that. But anyway, I saw this tall, attractive Caucasian man. And I could tell he was gay, but he was more of the masculine, on the masculine side, but you could tell he was gay, but he was professional. I guess he had to be in the medical field and an assistant to a doctor. But it was funny when the woman was signing me out and making an appointment in the next 3 months, I saw this guy come in the room where she was. And I think that after I just spoke to my doctor and saw him and he explained everything and everything was fine, I think that somehow he heard that the Natasha he's talked to for the last couple of months is out there. That's just my opinion, because when he came in the room where the woman was making my next appointment, he looked. But then he went back, and that was it. And I was laughing with her and all of that. And then I looked down the hallway just a little bit, and I saw my doctor. Now, I had just seen my doctor. And I saw him with the same guy that had just come into the room for something that the woman that gives out the appointments was at. And I saw him and the doctor. They didn't think I saw them. I saw them through the corner of my eye. And I said, what are they doing out there? They were looking down at me. I think my doctor was verifying to him that this is the Natasha that you have been talking to. Yeah, because they were just standing in the doorway with the door open. Because it's a big, waiting room and different sections, and then you're called. And so I left out of that particular one earlier, and then I walked down before on your way out to make your appointment or whatever have you. So it's just funny. That's what us trans women sometimes go through. The doctor had seen me, and he's middle-aged. Not bad looking. I don't know. I think he's single because I didn't see a wedding ring on his finger. And I'd mess with him for more reasons than one. But don't judge. But anyway, I just found it amusing, interesting, and all of those things that when I look down the corridor, I see the doctor and that guy. So I'm sure, I'm almost positive that that was his assistant. And I say all that to say, when you're transgender, it's just sometimes funny things that pop up or things that we trans women go through. Now, I'm not saying that the doctor was being shady. I didn't get that impression at all. I just got the impression that his assistant wanted to see the transgender woman, me, that he had been talking to the last couple of months. So, I don't know. I could have taken it anyway, whether he was being shady or, because the way they did it, they were acting like they were not looking, but I caught them. Any way shade is thrown, I can catch it. Yes, verbally, by your actions. Any way shade is thrown, I can catch it. So this was polite shade, I think. And then shouldn't even call it shade, but I would call it interest. How when people just know you're transgender, period, how sometimes you get the curiosity. But when you carry yourself a certain way, like the lady that you have transitioned, then you get a little more respect than the kikis and the laughs. So I'm just saying, doctor, if you're watching this, my doctor, I thought that was cute and very slightly and politely. You and your assistant were trying to show your assistant who Natasha was, since we only spoke on the phone. You could have asked me or introduced us. I don't know why you felt y'all had to do that, because I'm almost positive that's what it is. So I'm just here to say that that's some of the things us transgender women go through. Oh, well, I'm used to it now. It's a part of life. But in the medical field, when I go to my medical, appointments, of course they know I'm transgender, so they know these things, and it's cute. I thought it was funny today how the doctor didn't want to bring his assistant out. So I think they were just acting like they were coming out of the office or standing in the doorway, but he was pointing me out. So that's all I really wanted to say. I don't think it was shade, it was more curiosity. That's why I'm such an advocate for transgender women and myself. If it's things you want to know, just ask certain things. But I was just saying, my doctor, he could have introduced us or whatever, or said, this is my assistant you were speaking to. It was just a thought I had, and something I wanted to share, get off my chest, I guess. In a way I just felt, was it shade or curiosity? And even if it was curiosity, just ask. Sometimes people can get the wrong idea or jump to the wrong assumption, like I did. So I played the tape, and that's what I came up with. But anyway, that was just something I had to share, what was on my mind. Until again, I will be back serving tea when my kettle breweth over. And now that the holidays are coming, I may be serving eggnog with it. Anyway, until my next video, take care, and I love you all. Mwah.